Hello, anyone not still living in the 1970s. We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright guys, we are here today with episode number 14 of the Northern Iowa Panthers Dynasty here on NCAA 14. And this is a big game. It's week 14. It's senior day. It is senior day here for the Panthers' final regular season game. But if Northern Iowa comes away with the win here today against UMass, they will win the division and they will be playing in the conference title game. If UNI loses, they'll be 8-4, but all 4 losses will have come in conference. And UTSA also has only 4 conference losses. But since they beat Northern Iowa head-to-head, they would take our spot in the conference title game. So if Northern Iowa wins, they'll be 9-3 playing in the conference title game. If they lose, they'll be 8-4 and 5-7. UTSA will take their spot. So this is a huge game, not just for the seniors to win their final home game, but a lot's riding on the line and chances of winning the conference or, I don't know, maybe even making a bowl game, because if they don't win their division, UTSA, especially if they would win the conference title game, UTSA could feasibly take their spot in a bowl game. And so they might not make any kind of postseason at all, as crazy as that could be to sound. So basically, just get this win. Get this win, send the seniors out happy, lock up your spot in the conference title game, and you're fine. And hello everyone, welcome to UNI Dome here in Cedar Falls, Iowa. We got a week 14 matchup between the Northern Iowa Panthers and the UMass Minutemen. UMass comes in at 3-8, I think. Maybe it was 3-7. But I think this is their final regular season game too, so they're 3-8. And Northern Iowa comes in at 8-3. If Northern Iowa wins this game, they will lock up. They will win the division. If they lose, UTSA will play in the conference title game. So win and lose, and maybe you're done. And obviously, other than just securing their place in the conference title game, Northern Iowa wants to send out their seniors with a win. And on first down, Blake Fronaff was going to be sacked for a loss of 5. It's Ollie Holycross. Big time play there by the defensive end to make the tackle, and I think he's a senior. I don't remember exactly, so I'm going to take a second. Just refresh ourselves of the seniors, the starting seniors on this lineup. Alright, so Serge Banks at left tackle is a senior. Left guard, Vic Prater is a senior. And so those are the only offensive starters who are seniors playing their final home game. But on defense, you got Charles Blanks at left end. Oh no, Holycross is only a sophomore, right? My bad. And then you got Dante Wise at corner. You got Jamarcus Mullins at corner. You got Trey Wise-Becker at free safety. Galloway is also a senior. So your top 3 corners, your left end, and your free safety are all seniors. And that's a lot of defensive firepower to replace. We'll see if they can be sent out on top with a win. It's 2nd and 15 for UMass here, as Northern Iowa did win the toss and they elect to defer. There's Cooper making the play after a gain of 2. Another defender was also there. And Sakai Lindsay will pick up 2 on second down. Still sets up a 3rd and long. First third down of the game for either team. The Minutemen need 13 here to convert. Otherwise, it's a 3 and out. Fronaff will back to pass. Thrown underneath. And that was overthrown, incomplete. No one really there. Well, there was a defender there in the area as well as a receiver, but it was just a terrible pass. No one had a chance at it. So 4th and 13, UMass goes 3 and out, and Northern Iowa will have the ball, and I would assume pretty good field position. Alexander going to take this one from his on like 35, get an 8-yard return, and out comes this Northern Iowa offense led by junior halfback Tyvis Smith. He had 132 yards last game. And I should also mention Northern Iowa, in addition to this being senior day and for the division, they've also got a 4-star recruit in Joe Hood, the wideout. He's in the stands for this game. He's on his visit this week, and so you know they want to win and leave an impression on him. On first down, Smith will go up the middle for a gain of 6. And so one of his goals to be able to impress him and get extra bonus points is 250 passing yards. But head coach Mario Means said they will not change their game plan to pass exclusively to try and get the 250 yards. They're still going to be balanced. As a man open underneath, it's Damos. Dalton Damos will pick up a gain of 4 and a first down. The good news is all 3 of the wideouts are sophomores, I think. They might be juniors. I don't even remember now. How sad is that? But they're not seniors, so they're not replacing anyone on offense except for 2 spots on the offensive line. But it's a first down from the 48 of UMass here for Northern Iowa, coming up on 5 minutes to go first quarter. They give to Smith, who tries to find the edge, and the offensive line is not going to have great blocking, but Smith will still pick up 3 yards anyway. 2 carries, 9 yards for Smith. Sets up a 2nd down and 7 from the 44 of the Minutemen. And we're coming up on 4:45 to go here first quarter. The Panthers looking to strike first on their first drive of the game. Has a man wide open underneath, but it's a poor throw and picked off. All Bailey had to do was throw it over the defender's head, and it's at least 20 yards, but instead he threw it right to the linebacker, and that was an easy interception. Just a poor throw. But it wasn't Otterstetter. I don't remember who it was now, but someone was wide open underneath if he just throws it over the linebacker's head. And of course he didn't do that, because why would he? That would make sense. First down from the 45 of Northern Iowa for UMass. They're trying to take advantage of the interception, get points off the turnover, and take the lead. They'll go to the screen, and there's Wise taking Lindsey down after a 4-yard rush. Don't know why they're calling it a rush when it was a screen pass, but whatever. Dante Wise, the senior corner, is there to make the play. And it's 2nd and 6 from the 40 of the Panthers here for UMass. 4:12 to go first quarter. Massachusetts looking to take advantage of the Aaron Bailey interception on the first drive, and we'll see if they can come up with the game's first points. Zakai Lindsay will pick up 5 more on 2nd down to set up a 3rd and short. Call it 3rd and 1 from the Northern Iowa 36. UMass 0 of 1 on 3rd downs, but they only need a yard right here. Can this Northern Iowa defense buckle down and get the stop? They'll go to Lindsay, and Cooper stuffed him in the backfield. He shut off the tackle, but there were 2 more defenders right there. Nelson will ultimately clean it up. It's a loss of 2. But credit for that has to go to Cooper. He slowed up Lindsay enough, even though he didn't ultimately make the tackle. He gave the other defenders enough time to make a play. UMass coming out on offense. They're going for it on 4th and 4. Thrown off, feels the pressure, throws incomplete. This Northern Iowa defense will hold, and after getting good field position off of the interception, UMass turns it over on downs. And Northern Iowa will set up shop at their own 39. Bailey's interception will do nothing to harm Northern Iowa thanks to an excellent stop by this Northern Iowa defense. They'll throw to Hawley on the screen for a gain of 1 on first down. All of a sudden, it's 2nd and 9 from the 40. Bailey is 2 of 3, 5 yards and a pick. And we're coming up on 3 minutes to go here. First quarter, still scoreless. An Aaron Bailey interception not doing much to harm Northern Iowa earlier. Bailey wants to take off, didn't feel anyone open, he fumbles it, but Elias Nissen will pick it up right there. That would have been a dangerous turnover. Thankfully Nissen was right there to make the recovery. But Bailey's got to do a better job holding on to the football, whether it's not making stupid throws that get intercepted, or he's got to have at least 5 fumbles on the year, and he's got to cut down on that. So 2:30 to go. It's 3rd and 13 here for Northern Iowa. Throws underneath. Dropped by Damos. Are you kidding me? And the thing is, the punter here is not that good. He's not. So they're going to go for it on 4th down and 13. You get maybe 20 yards more field position if you punt it. That's something they need to look at getting more improved at. Throws underneath, knocked away, incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. And so Mario Meaton's trying to roll his dice a little bit, as his special teams is just not very good. They don't have a very strong kicker or punter. And so that's why he's been rolling the dice more often than not. They'll go to the screen, and Lindsey, and where's the Northern Iowa defense? Weisbecker finally going to take Lindsey down after a gain of 15. But all of a sudden, UMass has it at the 21 of Northern Iowa. And they're in great position to take the lead, even if it is only a field goal. That's the downside to going for it on 4th down. If you punt it, you get a few extra yards of field position. But with this special teams unit, that's not much difference. And so the risk will outweigh what could potentially happen. I mean, I don't know. Maybe next time you'll punt it. But he wanted to try and get momentum going too, so I can understand it. 2nd and 9, they'll give to Lindsey. There's Madsen making the play after a gain of 2. Lindsey wants a face mask call. He's not going to get it. It's 3rd and 7 from the Northern Iowa 18. Can this Panthers defense hold to a field goal try? UMass is 0 of 2 on 3rd downs. They failed on a 3rd and 13, and they failed on a 3rd and 1. Here's a 3rd and 7, and Fronath's going to throw it away out of bounds, incomplete. This Northern Iowa defense is getting to him. And again, this Panther defense will do their job. They have played very solidly. Twice Northern Iowa's defense has been dealt a short deck, and UMass has had great field position, and twice they've held the 4th downs. The first time it was a turnover on downs. Second time it was only a field goal, and so UMass takes the 3-0 lead with 1:15 to go, first quarter. Alexander going to take this one from about his own from his own end zone. Alexander tries to find the edge. He's out across the 30, knocked out of bounds. It's a 34-yard return for Jameel Alexander. First down from their own 32 for the Panthers. We'll see if this Northern Iowa offense can finally get something going and try and respond to UMass's field goal drive with a scoring drive of their own. 1:10 to go, first quarter. They'll give to Smith, who tries to find the counter, but there's just no blocking to be found at all today, and that's pretty pathetic, honestly. Joe Colton there to make the play, and so I think Northern Iowa is going to kind of have to use the pass to help set up the run a little bit. 2nd and 10. Has a man underneath. It's Nissen. Elias Nissen hit after a gain of 4. It'll still be 3rd and medium. Caught about 3rd and 7. One catch, 4 yards for Elias Nissen. Bailey 3 of 6, 9 yards and a pick. It's 3rd and 7 here for Northern Iowa. Panthers 0 of 1 on 3rd downs. This could be the final play of the first quarter. Looks like he's got a man open underneath and overthrew him. Bailey is just struggling to get... Actually, this entire offense is just really struggling overall. They can't really get anything going running. They can't throw very well. They're going for it on 4th and 7. Why not? Other man open underneath. There's Nissen. A nice diving catch by Elias Nissen. Gain of 12 on 4th and 7. And that time the gamble will pay off. It was 4th and 7. He rolled the dice again. Mario Means said, you know what, let's run the same play we failed on 4th and 12 earlier, and this time they'll convert on the 4th and 7. That was a really nice grab by Nissen. But 1 quarter gone here in Cedar Falls. UMass leads Northern Iowa 3-0. It's a first down from their own 47 for Northern Iowa as we begin this second quarter. And again, I think they're just trying to use the passing game a little bit to help set up the run, because they've not had much in the way of running lanes. Throws underneath, caught out of the backfield by Smith. Drags defenders with him for a gain of 5 out of the backfield. Sets up a 2nd and 5. Maybe now you can try and get a little bit going on the running game, as you've had a couple of nice completions. Bailey's 5 of 9, 26 yards and a pick, by the way. But you've had solid gains on both of the last 2 passes. Maybe they'll be a little bit more wary of the pass, and that's where you can hit them with the run. And yes, the run game right up the middle. Smith will pick up 8 yards and a first down. Just like I said, got to use the pass to help set up the run. And maybe vice versa as well. First down from the 41 of UMass here for Northern Iowa. 4 carries, 17 yards for Smith. Coming up on 6:10 to go here, first half. It's 3-0 Minutemen. Has a man wide open underneath. Poor throw, and it's deflected and incomplete. He had a man open. It just took too long to get it to him. So that's something Bailey will have to work on improving here in the off-season. 2nd and 10 from the 41 of UMass. 6:05 to go, first half. 3-0 UMass on top of Northern Iowa. Panthers looking to get a scoring drive right here. Throws on the slant. Caught by Brown for a gain of 9. Charles Brown will set up a 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 31 of UMass here for Northern Iowa. 6 of 11, 35 yards and a pick for Bailey. 0 of 2 on 3rd downs today is Northern Iowa. Panthers only need a yard right here. 5:40 to go, first half. It's a design QB run. Bailey's got enough of a block to barely pick up the first. So Bailey will get a 1-yard run, which is just enough for the first down. And move those chains here for Northern Iowa. They've got it first down at the Minutemen 30. And I wonder if maybe they'll call up a little bit of a play action here. That's exactly what they're going to do. Throws underneath. That was another poor throw. We've seen a lot of poor throws today from Aaron Bailey. He's had men able to maybe be completed, but he just missed them. Hasn't been able to actually put together many good throws. It's been overall a fairly balanced offensive attack. 6 rushes to 12 passes. 2nd and 10 from the 30 here for the Panthers. They'll give it to Smith, and Smith has a block. Smith has some running room down inside the 15 to about the 10. 19 yards for Tyvis Smith. 5 carries, 36 yards for Smith, not 13, sorry. And he found himself a little bit of running room. That time the offensive line did a nice job of blocking. And Northern Iowa is in the red zone for the first time today. Coming up on 5 minutes to go here, first half. It's first down and 10 from the 10 of the Minutemen here for Northern Iowa. They trail UMass 3-0, but knocking on the door, looking to take the lead with 6 right here. Throws on the stand, caught by Brown. And Brown will pick up a gain of 8 to set up 2nd and 2. 2 catches, 17 yards for Brown. Both catches have come on slant routes. Bailey's 7 of 13, 43 yards and a pick. And it's 2nd and 2 from the 2. Northern Iowa, I think they might be a little bit surprised because UMass hasn't really come out in a goal line formation like I think Northern Iowa thought they would. So we'll see what happens here on 2nd and 2. Has a man open underneath. It's Nissen. Falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. A 2-yard touchdown reception there for Elias Nissen. And Northern Iowa is taking the lead 7-3 pending the extra point. That drive went 65 yards in 13 plays in 3 minutes 52 seconds. And it ends on the 2-yard reception for Elias Nissen. The extra point is right down the middle, and with 4:23 to go first half, Northern Iowa's got the 7-3 lead. They have the 4-point lead in this game for the division. If they win, they will be in the conference title game. If they use, UTSA will take their spot after the Roadrunners upset Western Kentucky earlier today. So a 5-7 UTSA team could take Northern Iowa's spot by virtue of the head-to-head victory for the Roadrunners. But if Northern Iowa wins today, the point's moot. So we'll see if the Panthers can come out with the win. Fronaffel feeling the pressure. Down he goes. It's a loss of 5. Guess who? It's Charles Blanks, the senior defensive end. And seniors have been making big plays on defense so far today. They realize it's senior day. This is their final game in front of the hometown fans. They're going to do their best to go out with the win. And this defense has been the bright spot, actually, as crazy as that might sound. Could have been intercepted right there by Madsen. Instead, he'll deflect it. Fronaffel's 1 of 5 for 10 yards. But at times, this defense has been almost a little bit of a liability for Northern Iowa. Although today, it's been a strength. And ironically enough, during the 3-game losing streak, it was the defense that kept Northern Iowa in the games while the offense faltered. Those underneath caught by Davis. Good for a gain of 17 yards and a first down. And Northern Iowa had a great chance to get off the field. It was 3rd and 15. And instead, they gave up 17 yards and a first down. So a fresh set of downs to the 35 here for UMass. They'll finally convert on a 3rd down after failing on a long, a short, and a medium 3rd down attempt earlier. They'll roll the screen, and there's Mullins. Tajay Sharp brought down in the backfield. He never had a chance. Jamarcus Mullins there to make the play immediately. It's a loss of 1. Sets up 2nd and 11 here for UMass. 3:20 to go first half. 7-3 Northern Iowa on top. We'll see what they come up with here on 2nd and 11. Lindsey's blown up immediately. Loss of 1. He actually fell forward to make it only a loss of 1 instead of a loss of 4. There were 2 Northern Iowa defenders there immediately. Madsen will get credit for the tackle, though. Although really there were 2 defenders right there at the exact same time, and both of the defenders blew that play up before it even got started. 3rd and 12 here for UMass. Fronaffel back to pass. Underneath caught by Sharp. There's Nissen. Wait, no, not Nissen. Nelson, sorry. Jay Nelson, the linebacker there to make the play. And UMass is going to have to punt it. Fronaffel, 4 of 8, 29 yards. And it'll be a punt here for UMass. And with about 2:20 to go here, Northern Iowa with 3 timeouts can look to add on to their lead here before halftime. And they don't need to be one-dimensional either. They have all 3 timeouts and almost 2.5 minutes to work with. It can be a little bit balanced here. I mean, obviously you don't have to, but you can. 1st and 10 here. We'll see what the play call is on 1st and 10. 2:24 to go first half. They'll throw on the bubble screen. Taught by Smith. He's flung down after a gain of 2 on the screen. Tyvis Smith with 2 catches for 7 yards. It's 2nd and 8 from the 38 here for the Panthers. 9 of 15, 47 yards, 1 score, 1 pick today for Aaron Bailey. It's 2nd and 8 here for Northern Iowa as we are under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Man open underneath, caught by Nissen. And there's Elias Nissen again, 16 more yards. Why is it whenever Northern Iowa's offense needs a big play, they look to either freshman tight end Elias Nissen or Taylor Otterstader? Both tight ends are redshirt freshmen, and so for about the next 4 years, they'll have big parts. I think they'll have a big say in what happens in this offense, honestly. It's a first down from the 47 here of UMass. Minute 40 to go here, first half. Blowing up to try and stop the run. Throws underneath, overthrew a man, incomplete. Looked like Bailey maybe had a man coming free, but he airmailed everybody, so I guess we'll never know. 2nd and 10, minute 39 to go, first half. Got to get to about the 25 at least for field goal range. Ideally, you want to be even closer than that. Throws underneath, caught by Nissen. What a catch! 18 more yards to Elias Nissen. It's a first down for Northern Iowa. 5 catches, 52 yards, and a score for the tight end. Bailey 11 of 18, 81 yards, 1 score, 1 interception, and it's a first down to the 28. Minute 30 to go. Northern Iowa still with 3 timeouts, so maybe now they look to run it a little bit, as they are almost into field goal range. They'll give to Smith up the middle. He's blown up after a gain of 1. That time they were prepared for the run despite a couple of successful pass plays right in a row. So what it comes down to is the offensive line is still going to have to do their job and at least be decent at blocking. 2nd and 9 coming up on 55 seconds to go. First half, 7-3 Northern Iowa on top. The Panthers want more before the break. Those underneath, pressure comes. Smith all alone. He's got a block inside the 5. And it's a 24-yard reception for Tyler Smith. Knocked out of bounds at about the 4. 3 catches, 31 yards for Smith. Bailey 12 of 19, 105 yards, 1 score, 1 pick. It's 1st and goal from the 4 here for Northern Iowa. Second red zone trip here for the Panthers. Sorry, don't know why I almost said Pirates. The first one resulted in a 2-yard touchdown pass from Bailey to Elias Nissen. We'll see what happens on this second one. They'll go to Smith right up the middle. Tyvis Smith with a gain of 3. Sets up 2nd down and goal. 7 carries, 40 yards for Smith. And I would expect to see them kind of just run it right up the middle again. As we're down to under half a minute to go here in this first half, sorry. Now down to about 20 seconds. I'd expect Northern Iowa to call a timeout here if they don't score. But Smith is in, untouched, touchdown Panthers. And with 17 seconds to go in this first half, they take the 13-3 lead over the Minutemen. It's now a 2-score game. The extra point is right down the middle, and so it's an 11-point Northern Iowa lead. Only 17 seconds left until halftime. And remember, Northern Iowa does get the ball to start this third quarter. So they're sitting in a pretty good spot if this defense can hold on for 17 more seconds and not give up a score. That'll be the ultimate question. Otterstada will make the play after a 26-yard return for Andy Isabella. 14 seconds left first half. Ball at their own 25 for UMass. They trail Northern Iowa 14-3. And we'll see if they come out conservative, content to try and run into the locker room, or if they're going to try and score before the break. They'll give to Lindy. He's hit by Butler. Zakai Lindy, gain of 8 on the rush. UMass will call their first time out right there. It's 2nd and 2 here for the Minutemen. Ball's at their own 33. And Northern Iowa was going to start burning their timeouts, but UMass beat them to it. Frohnapf will back to pass. Hit as he throws. Nearly picked off. Strickland was there. If he had been a step or two closer, that could have been an interception. Instead, it falls harmlessly to the turf, incomplete, and we'll have maybe sort of a Hail Mary attempt right here down the first half, as we're down to 7 seconds left in this opening half. Frohnapf will back to pass. Throws underneath, caught by Lucier. John Lucier, 7-yard reception. First down, UMass. Timeout called by the Minutemen. 4 seconds left in the half, and this will be the Hail Mary attempt, 10.5. We'll see what happens. Here we go. We'll see how far Frohnapf can throw. Throws off his back foot, somehow caught. What a grab by John Lucier. But the half will end, and UMass won't score on the play, so ultimately it doesn't matter. But that was one nice catch for Lucier. I still can't believe he made the play. It was a terrible throw. I thought it was going to be intercepted, maybe at the very least deflected. But Lucier made one heck of a play. Regardless, we reached halftime. Northern Iowa leads UMass 14-3. And the Panthers do get the ball to start this third quarter of play. We'll see if they can stretch their 2-score lead to a 3-score lead, as Alexander will take it from his own 5. Alexander's got a block. Alexander out across the 45 down to about the 46. 42-yard return there for Jameel Alexander. And actually they're down at the 47 is where the ball will be marked. And so good starting field position here for Northern Iowa to start this drive. They can look to make it a 3-score game here early in this third quarter. Tyvis Smith right up the middle for a gain of 16 and a first down. 9 carries, 57 yards in a score here for Tyvis Smith. And I wonder if maybe Northern Iowa will look to take a shot deep right here. First down, they've got it at the 38 of the Minutemen already. Has a man wide open underneath. It's Nissen. He got laid out immediately, but still made the grab for a gain of 15. 6 catches, 67 yards in the score for Nissen. Bailey, 13 of 20. He got a touchdown and a pick. And it's a first down at the 28, they'll call it, of UMass, I think. So first down, almost in the red zone again. Bailey's up to 120 yards passing, sorry. Otterstader in motion for the Panthers on first down. They'll give to Smith. Smith tries to find the edge, and he's not going to get it. He'll still pick up 4 yards on first down, though, so a nice gain there for Smith. Sam Franklin with his 5th stop after making the play on that last tackle. Making the tackle on that last play, sorry. Third red zone trip for Northern Iowa. They are into the red zone now. They got 2 touchdowns, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground out of their first 2 trips. We'll see what happens on this third one. Those underneath on the slant, caught by Hawley. Jarvis Hawley will pick up a gain of 6, set up a 3rd and short. 2 catches, 7 yards for Hawley. It's 3rd and 1 from the 13 of UMass. Bailey, 14 of 21, 126 yards, 1 score, 1 pick. 5:20 to go here, third quarter. Northern Iowa knocking on the door, looking to take a 3-score lead. They'll give to Smith right up the middle for a gain of 3. 11 carries, 64 yards in the score for Smith. He's averaging 5.8 yards a carry. So that's a very nice average yards per carry number right there, actually. And it's a 1st and goal from the 10 here for Northern Iowa. Coming up on 5 minutes to go here, third quarter. Those are underneath. Caught by, no, dropped by Nissen. So the normally sure-handed Nissen will finally make a drop. That one should have been a touchdown. Instead, Nissen couldn't hang on to it. And it'll be 2nd and goal, and we'll see if they dial up the exact same play to give them another chance. 5:03 to go, third quarter, sorry. 2nd and goal here from the 10 of the Minutemen for Northern Iowa. Another man open underneath. This time, Otterstader will make the play. Taylor Otterstader with the 10-yard grab. Touchdown, Northern Iowa. 15 of 23, 136 yards, 2 scores, 1 pick for Bailey. And there's the other redshirt freshman tight end, Taylor Otterstader, getting in on the action. And maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to move one of the tight ends to wide out or play him in the slot or something. That way both get on the field because they're easily 2 of the most reliable targets. Studio update. Number 15 Iowa leads number 3 Nebraska 24-14. Fourth quarter has just begun there in Iowa City, which is only about like an hour south of Cedar Falls, I think. If I remember correctly, it's only about an hour south. So that could be a big upset as Nebraska still has national title hopes. They're number 3, but if they lose, you can kiss those dreams goodbye. Our score is Northern Iowa 21, UMass 3, 4:57 to go third quarter. It's been a good defensive effort for Northern Iowa. They've only given up 93 yards of offense. And they've also got 2 sacks to go for their efforts and average about 4 yards a play. No turnovers yet, though. Fronaff will give to Lindsey right up the middle on first down, and Lindsey will pick up 10 yards and another first down. So 10 carries, 44 yards for Sakai Lindsey. It's first down from the 31 from their own 31 here for UMass. Coming up on 4:40 to go, third quarter. It's an 18-point Northern Iowa lead. They'll give to Lindsey. Wise will finally make the play, but Lindsey will pick up 9 more yards. And so in this second half, they're starting to find some success running the football after not finding much success doing much of anything on offense there in the first half. It's a different story so far in the second, though. They'll give to Lindsey, who's hit by Mullins. He'll fall forward, pick up 2 yards and a first down, though. And so a little bit of momentum brewing for the Minutemen here on this drive, perhaps. They got it out to their own 43 with about 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll give to Woodley. Cooper will make the play, but it's a 7-yard gain up the middle for Lorenzo Woodley. And so all of a sudden this run game of UMass is starting to find its footing. And Northern Iowa's defense is starting to look a little bit shaky after being nearly invincible for most of the first half. A ruthless stiff arm there for Woodley, and he'll pick up a few extra yards. Gain of 10, first down for UMass. They got it at the 40 of the Panthers. And all of a sudden, this Northern Iowa defense is starting to remind us of the defense that has appeared for most of the season. Save for the games against both UL Monroe and UL Lafayette earlier in the year. But other than that, this defense has been shaky overall. And it looked like it was going to be a strong game. Strong defensive game, but maybe not. This second half, it's really been a domination on the ground so far for UMass. 13 carries, 57 yards for Lindsay. It's 2nd and 8. They've moved it all the way to the 28 of the Panthers. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. And if UMass can get a touchdown right here, look out. We might have a ball game on our hands. Throws underneath to Mills. He's brought down after a gain of 1. Nice open field tackle right there. Sets up a 3rd and 7 from the 27 here. For an athlete of 13, 80 yards. 2 of 6 on third downs today are the Minutemen. They need 7 right here. And honestly, they need to convert this if they want to be able to apply some pressure. Throw underneath, picked off! It's Victor Galloway, the senior cornerback. He'll get the first turnover for this Northern Iowa defense. And that will cancel the scoring threat. The senior making a big-time play here on Senior Day. And that's something we're kind of used to seeing around the country, honestly. Seniors will step up for their final home game. And it's been no exception here for Northern Iowa. They'll go on the screen, caught by Smith, and Smith blown up for a loss of 4. Man, the pressure was coming, but they also kept a man back there. And so just not much going right there. We'll see if they go back to it right here. 2nd and 4 from about the 2nd and 14 from about the 3. Sorry. 2 minutes to go here for third quarter. Throws on the screen. It'll be caught by Smith, and Smith will bounce off a couple tackles, pick up 8 yards on the halfback screen. 5 catches, 35 yards for Smith. That'll set up a more manageable 3rd down and 5. Ball out the 11, and Northern Iowa's got a little bit of breathing room to attempt to run their offense. They need 5 yards right here on 3rd down. Throws underneath. Nearly picked off by Jovan Santos Knox. That was a poor throw there by Aaron Bailey, and he nearly paid the price. Northern Iowa's going to take another gamble and go for it. Why not? It's Senior Day. Why wouldn't you go for it? Try and send your seniors out on the best note possible. Throws underneath. Caught by Nissen, but it's a gain of 5. They're going to say he's just shy. Are you sure? They're going to challenge the spot of the ball, I think. They got a challenge to burn. And so that's what they're going to do. They're challenge it. If it's a 5-yard gain, I thought he had it. And so that's exactly what Mario Means is going to do. Out comes a challenge flag. We'll see. We'll see if it was enough. I'm not sure. That was a nice grab there by Nissen. He did make the play. Let's see, would have needed to get it to about the 16. And I think he did. I don't know. Well, the play will stand, so they don't get anything off the Mullins interception, and in fact, they'll give UMass the ball inside the red zone already. We'll see if this defense can do something to hold them. But they went for it and they couldn't come away with it. They'll give to Lindsay up the middle. And that's a big-time hole right there. What is wrong with this defense in this second half? 14 carries, 70 yards for Lindsay. It's 1st and goal from the 3. UMass knocking on the door, and so maybe ultimately Northern Iowa will miss that timeout. They probably should have punted it, but they wanted to go for it anyway. And there's the touchdown. Lindsey in from 3 yards out. Now UMass is down by only 2 scores. Still a minute 17 to go in this third quarter. We only needed 15 seconds and 2 plays to go 14 yards and cut this to a 11-point game. Studio update: Nebraska now leads Iowa 24-21. 4:09 to go in the game right there. Minute 17 to go, third quarter in our game. Northern Iowa's lead has been cut to 21-10. Weisbecker returned from his own goal line. Weisbecker's got a block. Trey Weisbecker got a ton of running room. Trey Weisbecker, he's going to go. Made the last man miss. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Northern Iowa. And so Trey Weisbecker, the senior, comes up with a huge kickoff return. And all of a sudden it's right back to a 3-score game when it looked like UMass might have a little bit of momentum. The one thing this quick score does, though, is it puts their defense back on the field quickly. And they've been struggling for the most part so far in this third quarter, so maybe that's not quite something you are excited about, is the quick score leading to a defense being right back on the field. 29-yard return there for Andy Isabella. We'll see what this Northern Iowa defense can do as they attempt to shut down this UMass offense and help secure the win. Because honestly, I think if they can get one more stop and one more score, that would about do it. Man in motion for the Minutemen on first down. They'll give to Lindsey for a gain of 3 up the middle. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 30 here for UMass. 16 carries, 76 yards on the score for Sakai Lindsey. We got 40 seconds to go, third quarter. Throwing Affle back to pass, feeling the pressure. Hit as he throws, the ball comes loose. Picked up by Gonzalez. And that's another turnover, something UMass definitely did not need. I'm not sure who knocked it loose. I think it was Cooper, the linebacker. And indeed it was. Cooper knocked it loose. It was picked up by DJ Gonzalez. And all of a sudden it's a first down from the 24 of UMass here for Northern Iowa. They'll throw to Brown on the screen. The wideout screen will pick up a gain of about 9, actually. 3 catches, 26 yards for Charles Brown. It's 2nd and 1 from the 24 here of UMass. 19 of 28, 154 yards, 2 scores, 1 pick for Bailey. Perfect in the red zone offense here so far. 3 touchdowns on 3 trips. Those on a slant, caught by Brown. Brown with 9 more yards. It'll be 1st and goal for Northern Iowa. The Panthers on the move, looking to take the lead. 4 catches, 35 yards for Charles Brown, but that'll do it for this third quarter of play. 3 gone, 1 to go here in Cedar Falls. Northern Iowa with the 28-10 lead over UMass here on Senior Day. They're 1 quarter away from locking up their spot in the conference title game in 2 weeks. We'll see if they can secure or seal the deal here. 1st and goal from the 5, I'll say. Actually, it's more like the 5.5, but those underneath. Dropped by Smith out of the backfield. 20 of 30, 163 yards, 2 scores, 1 pick for Bailey. 1 more touchdown would probably about seal the game. 224 yards of offense for Northern Iowa, only 150-some for UMass. Hit as Bailey throws the out of man breaking free, but the offensive line couldn't hold their blocks. 2 of 5 on third downs. It's 3rd and goal right here, and since it's already a 3-score game, you go for the touchdown. It's 4-down territory right here. Throws underneath, caught by Smith. Tyler Smith with a 2-yard reception. Will be 4th and goal from the 3. And I guess it is kind of curious why they haven't elected to really, run the ball, but whatever works. 6 catches, 37 yards for Smith. 4th down and goal. We'll see if the Panthers can punch it in. The man underneath, picked off by Franklin in the end zone. Until they don't get anything off the forced fumble. They don't score in the red zone. Instead, they turn it over. But there's not much difference between an 18-point lead and a 21-point lead. They probably should have won it at least once in that exchange right there, though. Frohnapfel back to pass. UMass still slightly in it, but down goes Frohnapfel on first down. It's a loss of 10. Charles blanks again, the senior, with 2 big sacks so far on his senior day. It's 2nd and 20 from the 10 here for UMass. Minute gone here, 4th quarter. UMass kind of hanging around because Northern Iowa can't really put the nail in the coffin. Frohnapfel feeling the pressure, throws off his back foot, incomplete. Mullins was in the area. He's already got an interception today. Frohnapfel led to 15, 80 yards and a pick. It's 3rd and 20 from the 10 here for UMass. The Minutemen are 2 of 7 on 3rd downs. Frohnapfel back to pass. Going deep. Looks like he's got a man caught by Sharp. He beat Wise. And that's 53 yards. Unbelievable. That is the kind of play the senior cannot get beat on. Because it was 3rd and 20 from the 10. You're going to have great field position. Instead, you give up a huge play. All of a sudden, UMass could have the momentum. They need to get right back into it. Dante Wise with a big mistake right there. And there's a slant again. Mark and Michelle, 14 more yards. This Northern Iowa defense has been gashed here in this second half so far. First down from the 23 here for UMass. They've got it at the Panthers 23, 3 yards shy of the red zone, 147 yards passing for Frohnapfel. Throws on a slant, picked off. Guess who? It's Mullins again for the 2nd time. 3rd turnover for UMass. Mullins with 3 tackles. Wait, only 1 pick? Who was? We had the other one. I thought that was Mullins. We'll check it at the end of the game, don't worry. And now I think you gotta go short passes and runs to help try and run out the rest of this clock. You're up 3 scores. All you need to do is burn off as much clock as you can and score, and this game's over. They'll throw to Brown on the screen. Brown with a solid gain. 15 yards right there for Charles Brown. 5 catches, 50 yards for Brown. Bailey is 22 of 34, 180 yards, 2 scores, but 2 interceptions. We got 5 minutes to go. Looking like they want to bring up the halfback screen. Smith, you gotta break that tackle, man. You have to. 7 catches, 34 yards. I don't care. You have to break that tackle. You got a ton of running. You've got to break that tackle. I don't care how terrible the blocking is. That's their problem. Tyvis Smith can't seem to break the big tackles when he really needs to. Coming up on 4.5 to go. Thrown underneath on the slant. That's picked off. Why am I not surprised? They went for the screen to set up a more the slant to set up a more manageable 3rd down, and Bailey's really struggled today, honestly. He's had his moments, but he's had a lot of missed throws that probably should have been intercepted in addition to the 3 actual picks. Frohnapfel, 10 of 19, 147 yards, 2 picks, and UMass continues to hang around, thanks in no part to Aaron Bailey's poor passing day so far. Frohnapfel back to pass. Going underneath, caught by Davis. He found a hole in his zone, I guess, and now it's 1st and goal from the 6. I mean, I don't know. This defense has been pretty terrible in the second half, except for the 3 turnovers, because they've all come in the second half. There you go, 1st and goal from about the 6 here for UMass. 4 minutes to go. They don't have the time to just leisurely waste time in between plays. You're down 3 scores. You've got 3 timeouts to work with, and your defense has been decent, I guess. I don't know, not really, but they come up with some big stops and force some big turnovers. And so you're not quite out of the game if you score here, but taking 20 seconds to run 2 plays and then get blown up in the backfield on 2nd and goal is... you can't do that. Charles blanks again. 3 tackles, all 3 of them have been for a loss. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 10. So we saw it on the previous drive. or 2 drives ago for Northern Iowa. Poor goal line or poor red zone play calling. Now we're seeing it from UMass. Down goes Throwing Apple again. Loss of 8. Charles blanks again. And he's going to tie the school record for sacks in the year and sacks in a game. Now it's 4th and goal from the 18. 0-1 on 4th downs for UMass. Under 3 minutes to go. If they don't convert, this is probably your ball game. Throwing Apple from the pressure. Down he goes. It's a sack. Loss of 8. That one looks like it was Nelson from the linebacker spot. Now Northern Iowa just has to burn UMass's final 3 timeouts and end this game. 2:52 to go. They give to Smith right up the middle for a gain of 2 on first down. 12 catches, 66 yards, or 12 carries, 66 yards in the score rather. And maybe you go for the play call of a pass to try and catch UMass off guard. And that's what they're going to do. Caught by Otterstatter. What a grab by Otterstatter. Getting a 21. UMass, I think they went for the pick and they missed it. And Otterstatter has a gain of 21 out to the 49. 24 of 37, 198 yards, 2 scores, 1 pick. Or 3 picks, sorry, not 1 pick. They give to Smith, who's blown up after a gain of 2. 13 carries, 68 yards in the score. Curiously enough, UMass is not really electing to call their timeouts. That's an interesting decision here. It's 2nd and 8 as we're under a minute 50 to go. And that was a poor throw right there. They went to try and catch him off guard, get the first down and end this game. Instead, they've set up a 3rd down and 8. And you've got to convert here, otherwise you're giving UMass another faint glimmer of hope. Just convert this 3rd and 8 and hopefully help put this game to rest. Man wide open underneath, it's Nissen. 16 more yards for Elias Nissen on 3rd and 8, and that should be enough to end this game. 8 catches, 88 yards for Nissen. Really 25 of 39. He's got 2 scores, 3 picks, and I think he's got to be getting close to that 200-yard mark passing. Despite the lots of interceptions. Yeah, he's got 214 yards through the air, so he is over the 200-yard mark. And still, UMass is not calling their timeouts. They'll throw to Smith on the screen. Smith's got a block. Oh, he's tripped up after getting a 3, but for a second it looked like he'd have a whole lot more. 2nd and 7 from the 29. 26 of 40, 217 yards, 2 scores, 3 picks for Aaron Bailey today. We're under a minute to go. UMass still not calling their timeouts. The man open underneath, it's Nissen again, inside the 10. Or close to the 10, I guess. There'll be a flag for a face mask, but Northern Iowa will just decline it. It'll be 1st down from the 12. That's a gain of 17 for Nissen. He's got 9 catches, 105 yards in the score. Bailey's got 234 yards passing. Fifth red zone trip. They got 3 touchdowns and an interception out of their first 4. Thrown on the slant. Caught by Brown. Touchdown, Northern Iowa. 12-yard pass on the slant. 8 plays, 72 yards in 2 minutes, 5 seconds. And Northern Iowa now leads 35-10 as we got a studio update. UTSA does take down Western Kentucky, but we already knew that. So 47 seconds left. It's a 25-point Northern Iowa lead. They've really been in control throughout, although for a while there UMass was hanging around just because Northern Iowa could never come up with a definitive blow to really end their chances. Although they've finally done it. Only 43 seconds left. UMass will fall to 3-9, and Northern Iowa has punched their ticket into the Sun Belt Conference title game. Lindsay with an 8-yard rush right up the middle. Timeout called by UMass. 311 yards of offense for Northern Iowa, like 220-some for UMass, most of which have come in this second half. Lindsay with a 1-yard rush. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Second timeout called by UMass. 37 seconds remain. Frohnoff will back to pass. Underneath, caught by Davis. He's got a gain of 12. It'll be 1st down from the 48. They're trying to get a garbage time touchdown. 3 catches, 51 yards for Davis, 181 yards, but 2 picks for Frohnoff. Frohnoff continuing to pass. Throws underneath, incomplete. Tommy Butler was in the area. He could have made a play on the ball. But we'll see if maybe one of these seniors can't pick off a Blake Frohnoff pass to end their careers, or regular season careers here anyway. 2nd and 10, 31 seconds left. Frohnoff will give to Lindsay up the middle. And we tripped up after the end of 2, and now Northern Iowa will start calling their timeouts. 3rd and 8, they want to try and get the ball back, I guess. They want to run up the score. It's the seniors' final game. Why not run up the score as much as you can? Frohnoff, down he goes. It's another sack. Loss of 8. 4th and 16, and that's Charles Blanks with his 4th sack. That's got to be a school record for sacks in a game, then. Congratulations to Blanks. In his final home game, the senior will set the school record for sacks in a game. Alexander with the 3-yard return right there on the punt. All you need really is a short pass for solid yardage, and this game will be over. That's all you need is a 4 yards, and you'll get the 250 passing yards. So he said he wasn't going to change the game plan for it, and I guess he ultimately didn't need to, but it would be nice to try and get it. That's incomplete. Still only need 4 yards. That's not the play I wanted to call, so running out in victory formation, they'll probably take the delay of game. They only need 4 yards. That is all they need. They're so close. Being 4 yards short, it's like, hey, we want to try and get the ball to try and win it, but try and get the bonus points and secure the victory. So yeah, they will take the delay of game. Still 12 seconds left. All they need is 4 yards. That's all you need. 2nd down and 15 now. They're drawing out this game as much as they can, I guess, but they want the 4 yards. They want the 250 passing yards, and this is likely their final chance to do it. The man open on the slant, it's Brown. And Brown will get a 14-yard gain to break the 250-yard mark. Hopefully that helps impress the young fella, the recruit in the stands. Even more impressive is hopefully the domination here on Senior Day by the Northern Iowa Panthers. They take down UMass 35-10, and they're going to the Sun Belt Conference title game. How exciting. Year 1 as an FBS program, year 1 with a new head coach in Mario Means. And you're going to be playing in the conference title game. That's ultimately your goal, is to be in the national title picture, which really you are not. But to see who had the other interception, one was Mullins, the other one was Galloway, that's right. So 2 seniors with 2 interceptions. And the seniors go out in style with a 25-point blowout win to secure their place in the title game on Senior Day. We'll see you in a couple weeks for the Sun Belt Conference title game against, I think it'll be Western Kentucky. But that will do it for me, and I will see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day, everybody.